Assalamu alaikum. This is Durgapuja welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Ducsu election to be held tomorrow. All preparations taken to hold in its festive mood. Law enforcement agencies on high alert at 33,000 mondops for peaceful celebration of Durgapuja, says Home Advisor. BNP's ultimate goal to transform country into democratic state, says Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul. Renowned Raater intellectual and politician Budrun Umar laid to eternal rest. People from all walks of life pay respect at Central Shohid Minar. At least 19 killed and over hundreds injured as protests erupt in Nepalese capital, Kathmandu opposing ban on social media platforms and government corruption. And Pakistan sailed three-nation T20 series, beating Afghanistan by 75 runs at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Viewers, those were the headlines, so moving on to the details. The much-anticipated Dhaka University Central Students' Union Ducsu election will be held tomorrow. All preparations for the election have already been completed. In this election, a total of 471 candidates are contesting for both central and hall unions. Among them, the highest number, 45 candidates, are vying for the vice president post. 19 candidates are running for the General Secretary position, while 25 candidates are contesting for the Assistant General Secretary post. Analysts say the Ducsu election will produce future leadership that embodies the history traditions of Dhaka University. Since the academic year 1922-23, Ducsu has held 37 elections. On December 1, 1922, in a meeting of teachers at Karjan Hall, the decision was made to establish the Dhaka University Students' Union. From its inception, Ducsu has played a glorious role in Bangladesh's history. In this 38th Ducsu election, Muhammad Abdul Islam Khan has been nominated by the BNP student wing Chhatrodal as their VP candidate, while Sheikh Tanvir Bari Hamim has been nominated for the GS post. From the Islamic Chhatra Shibir-backed United Students Alliance, Muhammad Abu Sadiq Qaim is contesting for VP, while the current president of Shibir's Dhaka University unit, SM Farhad, is running for GS. Former Ducsu leaders believe that after a long interval, this election will enable students to choose leaders capable of advancing student-friendly initiatives. From the Bangladesh Ganotantrik Chhatra Sangshad-backed Anti-Discrimination Student Council, Abdul Qadir, one of the coordinators of July Uprising's anti-discrimination movement, is contesting for VP, while another coordinator, Muhammad Abu Bakr Mojumdar, is running for GS. From the Independent Students' Unity panel, former spokesperson of the anti-discrimination student movement, Umama Fatima, is contesting for VP, while Al-Sadi Bhuya is contesting for GS. The leftist alliance, supported by 7 student organizations under the Resistance Council, has nominated Sheikh Tasnim Afroz Imi for VP and Meghumullar Boshu, president of Dhaka University Chhatra Union, for GS. Former Ducsu leaders also emphasized that the young leadership emerging from this long-awaited election must play a responsible role in nation building, and political parties should support that process responsibly. Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Muhammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry said, The law enforcement agencies will be put on high alert round the clock at 33,000 mondops across the country for peaceful celebration of the Durgapuja, the largest religious festival of the Hindu community. He made the remarks after emerging from a meeting on arrangement of security ahead of the Durgapuja at the Home Ministry in Bangladesh Secretariat today. The Home Advisor has asked the organizers involved in arrangement of the Durgapuja to deploy 3 individuals at each of the mondops during the day and 4 at night to ensure 24-hour surveillance. He also said that Ansar personnel will also be appointed at the Puja mondops to ensure the surveillance foolproof to avert any untoward incidents. Home Advisor called upon all concerned to end the immersion of the goddess Durga by 7 p.m. The Home Advisor said that Durga Puja will be celebrated in a more peaceful manner than that of the previous year. After 8 years, the BNP has held its biennial council in Thakurgaon to elect new leadership. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir inaugurated the Thakurgaon District BNP Council today. Fakhrul said the BNP had struggled for 15 years to restore democratic rights. BNP's ultimate goal is to transform the country into a democratic state, he added. Fakhrul further said that the BNP had introduced multi-party democracy in place of one-party rule and vowed that democracy would be strengthened under the leadership of party's acting chairman, Tariq Rahman. Tariq Rahman is scheduled to address the council virtually as the chief guest. The 133rd birth anniversary of Hussain Shahid Sohrawardi is being celebrated in a befitting manner today. Different organizations chalked out various programs on the occasion. Hussain Shahid Sohrawardi was a veteran politician and a lawyer who served as the 5th Prime Minister of Pakistan from September 12, 1956 until resigning on October 17, 1957. Before that, he served as the Prime Minister of Bengal from 1946 to 1947. Born into an illustrious Bengali Muslim family in Midnapur on September 8, 1892, Sohrawardi was educated in Kolkata and was trained as a barrister in University of Oxford, where he practiced law at the Grays in Great Britain. Sohrawardi joined the independence movement during the 1920s as a trade union leader in Kolkata. He was credited as a pioneering modern political organizer in Bengal who created 36 trade unions among sailors, railway employees, jute and cotton mills workers, rickshaw pullers, cart drivers and others working class groups dominated by Bengali Muslims. Sohrawardi joined the Swaraj Party led by Bengali Hindu secularist C.R. Das in 1923 and became the deputy mayor of the Kolkata in 1924. He died on December 5, 1963 at the age of 71 at Beirut, Lebanon. Renowned Raater, educator, intellectual and politician Badruddin Umar was honored with disrespect and love from people of all walks of life. In the morning, when his body was taken to the central Shohid Minar in the capital, Raater's politicians, researchers, journalists, academics and people from various professors paid their floral tribute one after another. Among those who paid respects were thinker Farhad Mazhar, advisor of social welfare, women and children affairs Sharmin S. Murshid, education advisor Professor Dr. Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar, cultural affairs Mustafa Sarwar Faruqi, special assistant to the chief advisor Faiz Ahmed Taib, fisheries and livestock advisor Farida Akhtar and BNP Joint Secretary General Habib ul Nabi Council Hill. Later, his funeral prayer was held at Dhaka University's Central Mosque. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mahfouz Alam, Commerce Advisor Adilur Rahman, BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Khairul Kobir Khokon, and people from all sections of society attended the prayer. Afterward, the body of the late Badruddin Umar was taken to the Jurine graveyard, where the writer and researcher was laid to eternal rest. Now, international news. At least 19 people have been killed and over hundreds injured after protests erupted in Nepal's capital city Kathmandu as youths took to the streets in New Banbashore opposing ban on social media platforms and government corruption. The Kathmandu Post reported the stir turned violent as the protesters clashed with the police, prompting with Kathmandu district administration to impose a curfew in around New Baneshwar area. Nepali police fired tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the young crowds that tried to break into the parliament building, authorities and witnesses said. The government said social media users with fake IDs have been spreading hate speech and fake news and committing fraud after and other crimes via some platforms, noting that student protests were held in protest of widespread corruption in the country and the government's ban on 26 unregistered social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Snapchat. Israel has destroyed another high-rise in Gaza City, bringing the number of buildings razed during its campaign to seize the largest urban center in the Gaza Strip at least 50, according to the Palestinian Civil Defense. The attack of Al Ruwa, a 5-story building with 24 apartments, as well as department stores, a clinic, and gym, follows an earlier one at Azariah Corp in central Gaza City, where tents housing displaced families were also hit. The attack on Al Ruwa's tower on Sunday came as Israeli forces killed at least 65 people across the Gaza Strip, including 49 in the northern part of the besieged enclave. The Israeli military said it struck Al Ruwa Tower on Sunday after issuing an evacuation threat, forcing residents and displaced families sheltering in makeshift tents in the neighborhood to flee. The head of the Palestinian NGOs network, Amjad Shower, who was near the site of the attack, told Al Jazeera that the situation is scary, with panic spreading among the people. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claimed that the military was eliminating terrorist infrastructure and refers to high-rises, a talking point that Israel often repeats as it obliterates civilian infrastructure in Gaza. Saudi Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman have said that if Israel annexes the West Bank, it will lose all opportunities to return to formal relations with Arab countries. Earlier, the United Arab Emirates had given such a warning to Israel. According to a report published by the Israeli media Khan News, the Saudi Crown Prince made the comments during a meeting with UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed. Basically, Riyadh was supported Abu Dhabi's tough stance on Israel's occupation of the West Bank. Several countries, including the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, have normalized relations with Israel on the condition that it suspends its plan to reoccupy the West Bank in 2020. Meanwhile, Israel is finalizing the outline of including the West Bank on its map without paying attention to anything. The country's finance minister recently claimed in a press conference that most of the West Bank, except for a few areas, will be made part of Israeli sovereignty. He claimed that this step is being taken to permanently erase the possibility of establishing a Palestinian state. On July 23, the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, approved the formal annexation of the West Bank to Israel. The parliament's decision was seen by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party and other parties in his coalition expressing great excitement that day. Back to national news. There is a huge market of motors collected from abandoned ships at Pahardoli CDM market in the port city of Chattogram. Hundreds of shops in this market sell thousands of small and large motors worth thousands of crores of taka. Traders repair the motors and sell after collecting them from the ships. Motors collected from this market are used in factories. Traders of this market collect motors from abandoned ships through tenders. Many people are involved in various activities to make the motors suitable for sale. There is no other motor market like this one in Bangladesh. After collecting motors from ships, traders check the functionality of them. Then these motors are repaired as required and sold according to the demand of the buyers. Even though they're old and repaired, they are not cheap. On the contrary, they are more durable than the motors of famous companies. That's why buyers come to buy motors from this market. The technical skills of the workers working in this market are amazing. Without an institutional education, they are making the inoperative motors operational and make their livelihood by simply learning the techniques from other colleagues. With the slogan Green World, Sustainable Bangladesh, the Lions Club of Chattogram Rajnigandha organized a tree plantation program at the premises of BTV Chattogram Center. BNP Chattogram Center General Manager Muhammad Imam Hussain inaugurated the program, while Lions Club District Governor Musleh-Uddin Ahmed was present as the chief guest at the program. Among others, Lions Kamru Saman Litton, Abu Bakr Siddiq, Alia Arif, Mumtaz Begum, Nargis Sultana, Shahin Sultana, Ratna De, Mahmuda Sharmin Jahan were present on the occasion. Latest saplings were distributed among the employees present on the occasion.